And welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be about how to put down your loops. Loop braiding tends to leave one, well, tied up. Unlike Kumihimo, where you can easily set it down, loop braiding, it can be kind of dicey. If you're lucky, you can carefully lay them down like this and hope they don't twist or slide around and get out of order. So today I'm going to show you how to make, well, this. And this is a way that you can easily set down your loops and maintain proper order and shank orientation. So I'm just going to lift this up. And I like to take this pipe and move it from the inside towards the outside of the loops and place it on so. And then we'll take this one, pick it up, and make sure I got everything nice and organized. Make sure I'm on camera here, and just put them in and slowly let go, and then put them down. So, and this is a way you can put them down and, you know, be able to go about your life. Now, to pick them up and be able to pick up where you left off, what I like to do is pick up the loops first before I pick up the pipe. That way I know I've got them in the right order. I know I've got them on the right fingers and in the right direction. So here it's a little bit of practice, but I just kind of roll my fingers, pick the pipe up off of the stand, and I just pull it out. And then I can replace it. And then same thing with this side. I just pick them up off, pick that pipe up out of the way, put that back down, and I'm ready to go. So I'm going to put these back real quick so we can talk about how to make and put this together. Now, in the description, I will leave a parts list and the length of all the different sections of pipe that you'll need. Excuse me. So, all said and done, in total, this can be put together fairly cheaply. If you have a way to cut your PVC pipe, you can get everything you need here for just around or just under $9, depending on your location and your taxes. Now, all the parts that you see here can be gotten at any, home center, Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart if they've got a really good home hardware section. So for this, what you're going to need is you're going to want a 1/2 inch PVC, so sometimes known as Schedule 40. So right there, you're going to need 10 feet of this. It's cheaper to buy it as a single 10-foot section. You can pick it up for about $2, again at Home Depot or Lowe's or Menards. If you have to get it at Walmart, you're probably looking at 2-foot sections and maybe about $1.50 per 2-foot section. The other thing that you're going to need is you're going to need 8 of these 90-degree elbows for 1/2 inch, and then you're going to need 6 of these T-sections for the 1/2 inch pipe. So, and if you've got a hacksaw or you've got a pipe cutter already, then that's all you need right there. If you don't have one of those things, then I recommend actually spending just a little bit of money on one of these. It's a HDX PVC pipe cutter. They are kind of expensive, but they leave a nice clean cut. You don't need to do any cleaning. You don't have to deburr the edges like you would have with using a hacksaw. And they're fairly easy to use. You just kind of pull them open wide and then start closing it. Oop. And then just start squeezing to move the pipe down. So Mine, I've kind of abused mine, so the last two teeth don't like to exactly squeeze close, so I have to kind of help the blade a little bit. So, and cutting is really easy. You know, so I'll open that up just a little bit more. So, what you'll need some way to measure things out, obviously. And I recommend using a Sharpie or something like a Sharpie to mark your PVC pipe. So what you'd need to do is, you know, lay out your ruler and mark off what you need. And so now with a Sharpie, let me kind of block the light a little bit here so you can see that. So with a Sharpie, it's really easy to make that mark. A pen will work, but it tends to be very faded. And so for on these, there's actually two little notches. There we go. There's one right there and one right there. I recommend putting your pipe right here. It's going to give you the most even cut. Slide that in there. And then what you want to do is line up the mark right on the edge of that blade and make sure it stays nice and tight inside of that notch right there. Like I said, I need to kind of give mine a little bit of a help here, and a couple of squeezes and you're done. Very clean edges, no deburring. I don't know if you can see it on camera here. If you just kind of cut it, you're going to get a little bit of an angled cut, but for what we're doing, it's no big deal. It's okay. So that is the parts that you need. This is, if you need to buy this cutter, you know, like I said, it's very easy, very clean. This does run about $14, so this will more than double your cost if you need to get one of these. But all said and done, once you've got it, you know, it's great for up to 1 5/8 PVC pipe, and you don't never have to buy it again. So, how this is put together, this one is sized for me, so you may need to do a bit of measurement changing, you know, if you want to fit it to your hand sizes, or if you want to make it a little bit shorter or a little bit narrower, you know, you can play with the measurements to do that. So the measurements that we have here is you need 2 of these long pieces right here that are uncut. You'll need 2 of them that are 24 inches. These side pieces right here, you'll need, see if I can block a little bit of that light there. So you need 4, 2 on each side, 4 of them that are 5 inches long. And this is the part where it makes more sense to measure to your hand if you want. These are measured out for my hand, plus a little bit extra for the PVC to grab onto. And you'll need 8, 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are 4 3/4 inches long. You'll need 1 piece in the middle. This one is going to be 4 1/4, and then you'll need 2 on the ends. So here and here, those are 2 inches, and then you'll need a couple of them for, you know, risers. So you'll need 4 of these, and these are 3 inches. Now, something that you're going to need to do to make this easier to get up and off, to pick this part off, is right here. Let me zoom in a little bit. So right here on this pipe right here, so for about 1 inch or so, 1 1/4 inches, you're going to need to sand that down. If you get sandpaper, that will work. It'll just take you a while. A file or a belt sander will make that go a lot faster. But the reason why you want to sand this down is so that it makes it easier to pick these up and put them back down. You don't have to sit there and try to force it. And let's kind of back out here. So you don't have to force that pulling it off or putting it back down. So gonna take a little quick break and take this apart for a little bit so I can show you how to put it together. Okay, and we're back. So I've taken this partially apart so I can show you what's going on, and I've kind of laid them out a little bit. So I recommend having a nice flat surface that you can work all this on, because, and you'll see in a second, it makes it easier to do certain things. So you know, you want to try to lay out your parts so your 2-foot sections will go here. You're going to want to lay out your elbows and your T-sections about where they need to go, and put your other pieces. So remember, this is a 5-inch piece. This is the 4 3/4. This is the 4 1/2-inch piece. And here are your 3-inch risers. Uh-oh. I misplaced. Oh, there it is. And the 2-inch piece right there. So, so basically, really, it's just a matter of, you know, you just push the piece together, and, you know, you put it together like this. Now, this piece right here, right now, that right there is laying flat on the table, but this one is angled up a little bit. And this is why I like having a flat surface. So by putting my hand on this part, I can easily take this part right here, and by holding it down, rotate this down, and it puts both sides of these nice and flat and even. And so from there, I can start to build the rest of it. What I recommend doing is put together both of these sides right here, and then start from here. You're going to put your 2-inch piece in, and you don't have to push it very far, but in fact you don't want to push it very far in just yet. You just kind of want to make it a nice, good, snug connection. So we're going to put that next T-section, the 4 3/4, the next T-section, and then the 4 1/2, and then build the rest of it out in reverse order. So as you put this together, you can sit here and push the T-sections and make them nice and flat and registered in the same direction for everybody else. And then you just continue to build it on outward. So now I don't have the other side right here disconnected, so it's set up there like this. So we're just gonna put that down. So once you've got these parts right here, you can take your riser. You can take your riser and start to put them in their place, and then lay that all nice and flat and registered. And then from here, you can sit here and, you know, line this up. Start from, you know, one side, and then this way it makes it easier to kind of put things together. You don't have to sit there and try to jam this in if this part is already connected. So just kind of little push, and this is the part where you can start to make this. As you can see, this is rising up just a little bit, so we're gonna give this a squeeze. Oh, let me see this way so you can see. Give that a squeeze, so that way these start to lay down flat. And then from here, you just grab one of these, and generally all of these will go ahead and rise up at the same time. And then all you need to do from there is put that pipe on there, and we'll do this one. Make sure everything is nice and neat, and do that. So and there you go. Now I recommend not gluing anything down because it makes it easier to take apart if you need to, or to lay things flat. You can lay these things down now, and if you need to, when you need to put it away, you can lay it flat, and when you're ready to use it, pick it back up. Now, I don't necessarily recommend laying these flat when you have loops on, unless you've been doing this for a while. So I'm going to pull this tight a little bit. If you leave these straight while you're working, or if you're storing your loops, you can see that the inner loops are going to kind of sag a bit. So to do that, or to take care of that, what I like to do is kind of rotate these out a little bit. And we'll do the same thing to that one. Oop, I popped it out. And rotate out. And that way, it kind of helps to keep things a little bit straighter. And a little bit more even tension. So now everything is about the same tension. And so that's how to put one of these together and how to use it. Like I said, in the description, I'll include a parts list, including measurements, and I'll also include a link to a blog post with a diagram of where all the parts go and what size parts go where. So, all right. Well, thank